Hey man, every day I watch good men hand over their time, their attention, their loyalty, and sometimes even their wallets, like free samples at a supermarket, just begging a woman to test their worth. They text first, text often, over-explain, over-apologize, bend their schedules, clear their weekends, and rearrange their priorities, all hoping the woman will stamp approved on their forehead and grant them boyfriend status. And then they're shocked when she treats that attention like loose change, dropping it down the couch cushions, forgetting it's even there. You can't blame her for that, brother. You trained her to expect premium value at clearance prices, and anything that's handed over without effort is subconsciously tagged as disposable. So if you're tired of feeling taken for granted, it's time to flip the script. Stop delivering your energy gift wrapped and start making her earn the keys to your kingdom. Your first move is to recognize the priceless currency you've been giving away: presence. Male presence, real, calm, grounded, undistracted presence, is rarer than gold in a society of screen addicts and attention deficit dating. When you lock eyes, actually listen, and respond with thoughtful composure, you bless her nervous system with something most men can't provide: felt safety. But the flip side is that safety only retains value when it's scarce and conditional. The moment she learns she can snap her fingers and summon it, your presence loses mystique. She files it under guaranteed, and the dopamine rush flatlines. So you don't withdraw presence out of spite, you ration it out of respect for both of you. Because comfort without cost breeds boredom, and boredom is the coffin where attraction goes to die. Second, rewrite your internal policy on validation. Compliments have power only when they're both true and timely. Most guys fire them off like Nerf bullets, constant, soft, and harmless. You're beautiful, you're so funny, I've never met anyone like you. Over time, those words lose weight, and she stops hearing them. Worse, she begins to equate praise with background noise and criticism with emergency alarms. That means the next time you actually need to correct her behavior, she experiences it as a 5-alarm fire, because your communication went from 90% flattery to 100% disappointment. The fix: reserve verbal gold for moments it's earned, acts of loyalty, genuine growth, authentic vulnerability. When she feels the absence of constant praise, one well-placed compliment lands like thunder. Boundaries are your invisible force field, but they mean nothing if you don't enforce them with quiet consistency. Most men issue threats, but stay in the same spot when the line is crossed, proving the boundary was just decorative tape on the floor. The high-value man silently withdraws access. He doesn't announce punishments, he simply moves to a higher standard. She flakes on plans. No debate. She gets downgraded to tentative invites. She disrespects you in public. You end the night early, go home, and let her sit alone with that echo. Over time, she learns that crossing a boundary isn't about you yelling. It's about you leaving. Never forget the paradox of feminine energy. What she chases, she values. What chases her, she questions. This isn't cruelty, it's biology. Men pursue to prove capability. Women pursue to secure selectivity. When you make her work, even lightly, for your time, you're signaling that you're filtered, not desperate. That effort triggers her investment, and investment triggers attachment. The guy who splashes affection on her without requiring participation, she enjoys him but rarely chooses him long-term, because humans bond to what they sweat for. Purpose is your anchor in this storm. Without a vision larger than her, the temptation to orbit her moods is irresistible. But a man consumed by mission is magnetic. His schedule is already full of deadlines, lifts, goals, and brotherhood. That means her request to hang out Wednesday collides with leg day, client calls, and reading time. When she realizes you're not rearranging that structure for random vibes, she respects the architecture and works to fit into it. Your time becomes a coveted resource instead of an always open convenience store. Scarcity without bitterness is the sweet spot. You're not stingy, you're selective. She texts, you reply at your pace. She wants to vent, you offer ears but only within the container of mutual respect and a reasonable time window. She hints at intimacy, you match her energy but don't sprint past her comfort zones. Each micro-restraint says, I value what we're building and I protect it from drowning in overdose. That forces her to savor each interaction, to replay your words, to wonder what's next. Wonder is the oxygen of desire. Now, let's talk tests. A woman who sees value will probe to verify it's real. She shows up late, teases your principles, or flirts with edge cases of disrespect. Average men overreact, either cracking down in anger or shrugging it off to keep the peace. You treat tests as data. One infraction, note taken. Repeat pattern, access reduced. No drama, just cause and effect. Over time, she learns that emotional games cost her the very thing she's starting to crave: your consistent, solid presence. Master the art of ending the night first. Whether it's a date, a phone call, or a text thread, be the one to wrap it while the energy is still high. I've got an early morning. Let's continue this later. That simple sentence does two things. It establishes you have a life beyond entertaining her, and it leaves her wanting. Television writers end episodes on cliffhangers for a reason. Leave the conversation with one question unanswered, one joke unfinished, one idea unexplored. She'll replay those fragments, filling gaps with imagination, and imagination is the birthplace of obsession. Finance your own fun. Don't let every outing revolve around impressing her with fancy venues. Instead, invite her into activities you already enjoy. Trail runs, thrift hunting, rooftop coffee at sunrise. By inserting her into your lifestyle, she learns that time with you is a privilege, not a catered service. She works to keep up, literally and figuratively. And if she complains, the pace is too intense, cool. You'll keep living at your pace. She can catch up later or not. Emotional self-control is non-negotiable. She says something sharp, you breathe, pause, and respond with measured calm or a boundary. Your mantra: never let her mood hijack your frame. Because the moment you explode, you hand her the wheel. The moment you fold, you throw it away. Calm correction followed by aligned action is the fulcrum of masculine influence. When she sees that her storms can't sink your ship, she subconsciously relaxes, realizing she's finally met a captain she can trust. Rewards must follow effort, like night follows day. She shows genuine support for your project, publicly praise her, and plan a surprise picnic. She solves a conflict maturely. Give her the day trip she offhand mentioned weeks ago. The key word is genuine. Favors are not currency, they're acknowledgements. Over-rewarding for minimal behavior dilutes impact. Under-rewarding kills motivation. Calibrate by asking, did her effort cost her comfort? If yes, let your appreciation reflect the weight of that cost. Protect your solitude. Make at least one evening a week non-negotiable. Me time, gym, reading, hobbies, reflection. Do not cancel it because she felt spontaneous. Scarcity of access increases perceived value. Guaranteed availability breeds indifference. When she tries to book that slot, kindly decline and stick to it. Eventually she'll start prepping in advance, syncing with your calendar, and valuing that shared time more because she knows it's carved from disciplined routine. Remember, transparency is earned, not owed, on day one. If she presses for every detail of your past, your finances, your future plans, share at your pace. A woman will respect the information she earns far more than the data you dump to appear. Your life is a vault. She gets new keys as she demonstrates reliability, respect, and reciprocity. That progression keeps her engaged in discovery, not bored by instant full disclosure. Never apologize for standards spoken in calm clarity. I don't tolerate disrespect, or I value punctuality, or I expect exclusivity once intimacy is involved. These statements aren't ultimatums, they're invitations. If she accepts, she steps into a framework that protects both of you. If she rejects, she frees space for a woman who aligns. The wrong woman will call it controlling. The right woman will call it refreshing, because finally, someone means what he says. Silence is a tool, not a tantrum. If she crosses a line and refuses dialogue, respond with space, not rage. Space is a mirror. It forces her to face her own reflection without your reaction to distract her. But make sure your silence is filled with progress. Hit the gym, learn, create, network. When she reaches back out, she should find a man who used the pause to level up, not to sulk. Cultivate a circle of brothers who keep you mission-minded. When your life is rich with masculine camaraderie, iron sharpening iron conversations, competitive lifts, shared victories, you're less likely to pedestalize any single woman. She senses that collective strength. It tells her your sense of self isn't hinging on her approval, and paradoxically, that detachment heightens her respect and desire. Guard your language. Eliminate phrases like, "Please hang out with me," "I just want to see you," "Am I bugging you?" These phrases signal scarcity. Replace them with statements of intent. "Let's grab coffee Saturday at 11," or "I'm going to the art walk Friday, join if you're free." Intent suggests leadership and confidence. Questions laced with neediness signal you're seeking permission to exist in her world. If she senses entitlement, that she deserves your resources without contributing, you address it outright. Calmly explain reciprocity. Then step back and observe. Either she'll rise to meet you, or reveal she was never in your lane. In either outcome, you maintain dignity. End every encounter on an energy high. After a powerful date, drop her off, give her a genuine smile, and exit. No lingering 15-minute driveway sessions, fishing for reassurance. You trust the connection to breathe. That post-meeting gap lets anticipation ferment. Modern dating kills attraction with overstimulation. You revive it with strategic withdrawal. Finally, embody patience. A woman worth your investment won't unfold in one night or 1 month. Let her reveal layers at her pace while you remain steadfast in yours. If she's truly aligned, she'll work gladly to earn deeper access. Because on a primal level, the feminine wants to feel chosen after she's proven her devotion. And when she realizes she earned a spot in the life of a man who never betrays his mission for momentary comfort, that's when gratitude turns to loyalty, and loyalty evolves into the kind of love that doesn't break when storms hit.